Hey everyone, what's up? It's Luigi here, and like we talked about in one of the videos on the TanookiToad team, I'm going to be doing some art videos. So right now we're in Inkscape, which is a free program to download. There'll be a link below for anyone that wants to check that out. This is a pretty awesome program, and what we're going to be doing is taking a drawing of TanookiToad and making it kind of like that one that you saw to the side, putting it into vectors. So you start with your tracing in one layer, and then you start an outline layer where you're going to start building this outline and stretching it, fitting it, moving the contours of the vector lines until you got the right shape that you need. So right here I'm starting with drawing that cool mushroom hat that he's wearing, and then going on to do the face, first to make points and then to stretch out those vectors to fit the curvature of his face, of his ears, of the hat, of everything in this picture. So that with a vector you're able to make it as big or as small as you want, and it won't lose any quality, which is a really cool thing. Lots of math. But yeah, it's been pretty awesome. It's been 2 years since I've done this, but it was a really awesome experience. It was really cool being able to serve my mission and being able to strengthen the people in the place I was called to, and being able to get to know some awesome people and kind of have another family there. And I really, on my mission, I discovered how much I love to help people and inspire people, and something I was always inspired about was art and watching artists, especially Disney. So I wanted to kind of get into this thing showing you how to create art pretty easily and for free. So it's pretty cool. And it doesn't take a lot of practice. I've done a little bit of this, but it's been 2 years since I last did this. And this was made after getting home, this video. So yeah, you can do it too. And in drawing this, I wanted to stay true to the design that Mephiles designed, but also be able to figure out some of those things that just didn't really line up. Figuring out the eyes was a lot of fun. And also ended up near the end of this video changing the mouth a little bit. But it's pretty exciting stuff. It's really cool seeing these characters and how far the channel has come over these past couple of years. And it's a ton of fun working with this. I love graphic design, and I'm going to be doing all of the members of the TanookiToad team. So this is kind of the first episode, I guess, of a little mini series called Drawing the Team. And we're going to draw different members of the TanookiToad team together, and kind of going to talk a little bit about those members a little bit. And yeah, it's going to be really cool. So in the comments below, if there's any questions that you have about the process of drawing this, or anything that you're interested in, just let me know. I love to help you in your vision and your dream in any way that I can. But I think when I first started with this was right there when making that vector picture for TanookiToad when he was on his mission, and that was a lot of fun. But you can see how it's kind of like riding a bike. Even after 2 years of not doing it, I was able to figure it out pretty quickly, and it turns out a lot better than the first attempt, so that's pretty cool too. But yeah, this channel has been, like my channel, has been kind of neglected. There hasn't been a lot on there. There's been a couple of things I've started and haven't quite finished, but this is something that we're going to start doing, and I'm going to start getting into playing games with different members from the TanookiToad team as well. Just put in the comments which of the videos that I did in the past that you would most like to see, so I can see what's on the primary focus and what we can focus on with that. But getting back to this drawing, it was a little bit hard figuring out how to make all the lines line up without kind of that plan. I kind of just jumped right into it. So starting out with that plan and figuring out if you want it to be all the same color for all the lines or different colors, what colors you want to use. It's huge in figuring that out, because you can't just use your eyedropper tool and grab whatever color from the drawing sometimes, because sometimes the drawing is faded, or sometimes it doesn't really work in the instance that you want to do. And during this video I tried a couple different things with the hair and things like that, but ended up just kind of going back to the same traditional hair that he had in Mephiles design. But yeah, so I'm gonna be doing this, and after this we're gonna be doing something called Imagine That. I'm gonna take the characters from the TanookiToad team and we're gonna put them into different settings, I guess. See what they look like if they were a part of video games, because that's always been one of my dreams, is to be a character in a video game, to be one of those heroes. So I'm gonna kind of do some concept art for that. So that's gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm excited to do that. But yeah, I've always loved Nintendo, and making these characters with Mephiles was super fun, and just me being able to figure them out a little bit, and to make those pixelated versions that I used in one of the specials. That was a ton of fun too, with the Q&A. So if you haven't seen that, you should go check that out. But after making the outlines, you want to make another layer that's called color, and you trace just dot by dot, not the same way, but just really like jagged or whatever, and you're gonna put that behind the layer behind. And it's really cool because you can choose whatever color that will be to match with the outline layer, but they're different layers, so it's not just making a shape and then filling in that shape, but making a shape without any background, any filling, any color, just a transparent color, and then putting that color behind. And later on it makes it easier to go back and change some things if you need to. But yeah, Inkscape is a really cool program just to be able to do vector art. I've done a little bit of logo design with that, so it's been super cool too. If you have any questions about how to use that, just let me know. But in the rest of this video, I'm just going through kind of repeating that same process of making an outline, making a color, filling in that color, putting it in the right place, and getting all that figured out. And something that I've learned about graphic design and other design aspects too is it always helps to have a reference, to have an idea, to have some kind of vision, something that's fueling you, something that's giving you that inspiration. And that's why I have like a picture of me and a picture of TanookiToad from when I first did it, and not kind of just going into it blindly, but having things to look at, to reference. That helps a ton. And in making this part, I tried a different skin color because I didn't want it to be the same, but then ended up being like, well, we're brothers, we're about the same skin color, so I ended up switching it to the same, and it ended up looking pretty good. But yeah, so basically what the channel is gonna be mainly now, for my channel, for Ice Luigi, it's gonna be doing art and uploading some videos for that, probably like every Friday, and then also gonna start playing some games, trying out some different games, and also playing some games on the NES once I get that hooked up and stuff. It's been a while, but it should be fun. So if you have any ideas of any games that you want me to play with some other members from the TanookiToad team, it'll probably just be like 2-player playthroughs, even if one is just there for commentary. Also kind of wanted to get into looking at some of the indie games, so if you have any ideas or requests, just let me know, and I'll do my best in doing that. But yeah, so TanookiToad has always been a great inspiration to me when he was on his mission, And when I was on my mission, and just being able to hear from him helped me to keep going, because it's hard. It's super hard. There were some times on my mission where I was like, just didn't even have a car, just had a bike, and was biking through the snow in a really cold place. Not like super cold. The coldest it got was about 5 degrees. But riding on a bike, that wind chill just cuts right through you. So it's cool being back. But those experiences, they were really cool, because it was really that refiner's fire. It helped me to become a better person, and life is still hard. But I realized on my mission that I can do hard things, and I realized that all of these things are making me into a better person, which actually relates a ton to the process of making this drawing, just putting points there, lines here, and starting off with something that looks pretty raw, pretty weird, like just a triangle, and shaping that, figuring all these things out. Throughout our lives, we're molded and shaped to become something so much better, to have this finished product that is amazing, and we can be like, wow, that's me. And alike with the reference drawing, we all have a vision, we all have an idea of what we want to create, what we want to be. And it's definitely going to come from the people around us, and also from God. He's the one that's molding us, shaping us, refining us. He is the master designer. Sitting there, putting a line here and a dot there, figuring all these things out so that we come out to be that masterpiece. Thank you all so much for all of your support and for who you are. Remember that each and every one of us is needed, and that you're needed. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.